Now let's do this very, very quickly. Let's solve all the further math questions on indices and logarithms from year 2006 to year 2020. These are further math past questions, and the questions are theory questions. This one is from year 2006. If given these two equations, find the values of x and y. We can write the first equation as 2 raised to power 2x minus 3y equals 2 raised to power 5. When the bases are the same, we can equate the powers. That means 2x minus 3y equals 5. Now from the second equation, which is log x base y equals 2, can also be written as x equals y squared. That's what we get when we write the logarithmic equation in index form. Now we can put x equals y squared in this equation, and that simply means 2 times y squared, which is 2y squared, minus 3y equals 5, which means 2y squared minus 3y minus 5 equals 0. Now we can solve this quadratic equation by the factorization method. How do we do that? Multiply the constant minus 5 by 2y squared. That gives us minus 10y squared. Now we think of two factors whose product is minus 10y squared and whose sum is minus 3y. What are those factors? Those factors are plus 2y minus 5y. So you replace minus 3y with plus 2y minus 5y. And what do we get when we do that? We have 2y squared plus 2y minus 5y minus 5 equals 0. And that simply means 2y into bracket y plus 1 minus 5 into bracket y plus 1 equals 0, which simply means 2y minus 5 times y plus 1 equals 0. And that's the same as 2y minus 5 equals 0, or y plus 1 equals 0, which means y equals 5 over 2, or y equals minus 1. Now when y equals 5 over 2, x is equal to the square of 5 over 2, because x is y squared. So that simply means x equals 25 over 4. And when y equals minus 1, x equals the square of minus 1, which is equal to 1. So that therefore means x equals 1, y equals minus 1, or x equals 25 over 4, or x equals 25 over 4, y equals 5 over 2. X equals 25 over 4, y equals 5 all over 2. And that's it, very, very simply. We go straight to the next, which is from year 2007. To 2007, solve the equation x raised to power 2 over 3 minus 5x raised to power 1 over 3 plus 6 equals 0. I can write this as x raised to power 1 over 3. I can write it as, yes, the square of x raised to power 1 over 3 minus 5x raised to power 1 over 3 plus 6 equals 0. Now let k be equal to x raised to power 1 over 3. If k is equal to x raised to power 1 over 3, that simply means the equation becomes k squared minus 5k plus 6 equals 0. And that simply means if we factorize this, we are going to get k squared minus 2k minus 3k plus 6 equals 0. I'm solving this equation by the factorization method. That's k into bracket k minus 2 minus 3 into bracket k minus 2 equals 0. And that means k minus 3 times k minus 2 equals 0, which means k minus 3 equals 0, or k k minus 2 equals 0. And that simply means k equals 3 or k equals 2. Now, since k is equal to x raised to power 1 over 3, that therefore means x raised to power 1 over 3 equals 3 or x raised to power 1 over 3 equals 2. So if we find the cube of both sides, x will be equal to 3 cubed, which is 27, or the cube of, finding the cube of both sides here, finding the cubes of both sides here also means x equals 2 raised to power 3, which is 8. Therefore, x equals 8 or 27. And now we go straight to the next, which is from year 2009. The question is, given that solve simultaneously log x base 2 minus log y base 2 equals 2 and log x minus 2y base 2 equals 3. Of course, this is log y base 2. Now, what does that mean? We can write this equation. You can write this equation as log y over x base 2 equals 2. Let me write that well. Let me write my x here well. Log y over x base 2 equals 2. And that simply means y over x equals 2 raised to power 2. When you write the logarithmic equation in index form, which means y over x equals 4. And that simply means y equals 4x. Now, let's see the second equation. We can write the second equation, which is this. If you write this equation in index form, what does it become? It becomes x minus 2y equals 2 raised to power 3. X minus 2y equals 2 raised to power 3. And that simply means x minus 2y equals 8, which simply means x minus 2. We already know what y is. Y is equal to 4x. That means x minus 2 times 4x equals 8, which means x minus 8x equals 8. And that means minus 7x equals 8. And when you divide both sides by minus 7, you get x equals 8 over minus 7, which is the same as minus 8 over 7. And that's it. Okay, if x is minus 8 over 7, y will be equal to 4 times minus 8 over 7, which is equal to minus 32 over 7. So that simply means x equals minus 8 over 7, y equals minus 32 over 7. We go straight to the next, which is from year 2010. Given that if v equals a log m plus n base 10, a log m plus n base 10, express n in terms of mv and a. First of all, we divide both sides by a. That simply means v over a is equal to log m plus n base 10. And now, if you write this logarithmic equation in index form, it means m plus n equals 10 raised to power v over a. And now, if we make n the subject of a formula, we have n equals 10 raised to power v over a minus m. And that's it very, very simply. Now to the next one, which is from year 2011. Solve the equation 2 raised to power 2y plus 2 minus 9 times 2 raised to power y equals minus 2. And what do we have when we do that? How do we do that? Okay, this is the same as saying 2 raised to power 2y times 2 raised to power 2 minus 9 times 2 raised to power y plus 2 equals 0. If you bring the minus 2 on the left hand side, on the right hand side to the left hand side, it becomes plus 2. Now, of course, what I did here, I know that a raised to power x times a raised to power y equals a raised to power x plus y. So that means I can write a raised to power x plus y as a raised to power x times a raised to power y. And that's, okay, and that was the same thing I did here. That was the same thing I did here. I wrote 2 raised to power 2y plus 2 as 2 raised to power 2y times 2 raised to power 2. Now, so where do we go from here? I can write 2 raised to power 2y as the square of, I can write 2 raised to power 2y this way as the square of 2 raised to power y times 2 raised to power 2 is 4 minus 9 times 2 raised to power y plus 2 equals 0. Now I've been using k this time. Let me use a. Let a be equal to 2 raised to power y. So that simply means the equation becomes a squared. The equation becomes a squared times 4, which is 4a squared minus 9a plus 2 equals 0, which simply means 4a squared minus 4a squared minus a minus 8a. 4a squared minus a minus 8a plus 2 equals 0. And that means a into bracket 4a minus 1 minus 2 into bracket 4a minus 2 into bracket 4a minus 1 equals 0. Minus 2 into bracket 4a minus 1. 4a minus 1 equals 0. And that means a minus 2 times 4a minus 1 equals 0, which simply means a minus 2 equals 0 or 4a minus 1 equals 0. And that simply means a equals 2 or a equals 1 over 4. Now I know that a is 2 raised to power y. That therefore means 2 raised to power y equals 2 or 2 raised to power y equals, let's see, 1 over 4 is the same as 1 all over 2 raised to power 2, which is the same as 2 raised to power minus 2. So that means 2 raised to power y equals 2 raised to power minus 2. Let me take this out. And then, yeah, so what does that mean? 2 is the same as 2 raised to power 1. So that therefore means y equals 1 or y equals minus 2. Straight we go to the next, which is from year 2014. Solve the equation log m base 2, the square of log m base 2 minus 3 log m base 2 equals 10. This question is from year 2014. This is the same as saying, okay, first of all, let me make log m base 2a. Let a be equal to log m base 2. That means the equation becomes a squared minus 3a equals 10. And that simply means a squared minus 3a minus 10 equals 0, which means a squared, we're solving by factorization, a squared plus 2a minus 5a minus 10 equals 0, which means a into bracket a plus 2 minus 5 into bracket a plus 2 equals 0. And that simply means a minus 5 times a plus 2 equals 0. And of course, this means a minus 5 equals 0 or a plus 2 equals 0, which means a equals 5 or a equals 5 or a equals minus 2. But we know that a is equal to log m base 2. That simply means log m base 2 equals 5 or log m base 2 equals minus 2, which simply means m equals 2 raised to power 5 or m equals 2 raised to power minus 2, which simply means m equals 32 or m equals 2 raised to power minus 2 is 1 over 2 raised to power 2, which is 1 over 4. And that's it, very, very simply. Straight we go to the next one, which is from year 2016. Evaluate without using mathematical tables or a calculator. 3 over 2, 3 over 2 log 27 minus 3 log 5 root 5 all over log 0.6. Now that's equal to 3 over 2 log 3 raised to the power 3 minus 3 log. Of course, 5 root 5, 5 times root 5 is the same as 5 times 5 raised to the power half. We know that 5 is the same as 5 raised to the power 1. So that becomes 5 raised to the power 1 plus half, which is 5 raised to the power 3 over 2. So that's what I'm going to write here. That's 3 log 5 raised to the power 3 over 2. Let me take this out. Okay, now we write down. This simply all over, don't forget the denominator. Log 0.6 is the same as log 6 over 10. And where do we go from there? This simply means, of course, we can say that this is a 3. This is 3 raised to the power 3. Now that simply means 3 over 2 times 3 over 2 times 3 log 3 minus 3 times 3 over 2 log 5. 3 times 3 over 2 log 5 all over log 6 over 10 is the same as 2 in 6 is 3, 2 in 10 is 5, is the same as 3 over 5 all over log 3 over 5. And this simply means 9 over 2 log 3 minus 9 over 2 log 5 all over. I can write log 3 over 5 as log 3 minus log 5. So what do? We can see that 9 over 2 is common to the numerator, and that simply means 9 over 2 is common to the numerator. That's 9 over 2 into bracket log 3 minus log 5 all over the same log 3 minus log 5. So log 3 minus log 5 cancels log 3 minus log 5. And the final answer is 9 over 2. And that's it, very, very simply. Straight we go to the next, which is from year 2017. Given that log p base 10 equals a and log q base 10 equals b, log p base 10 equals a, log q base 10 equals b, and log s base 10 equals c. Express log p raised to the power 1 over 3 times q raised to the power 4 over s squared in terms of a, b, and c. We want to express this, the log of p raised to the power 1 over 3 times q raised to the power 4 over, let me write it the way it is written, the log of p raised to the power 1 over 3 q raised to the power 4 over s squared base 10 in terms of a, b, and c. Okay, to do that, what do? What is p? If log p base 10 is a, that simply means p is equal to 10 raised to the power a. P equals 10 raised to the power a. If log q base 10 is equal to b, that simply means q is equal to 10 raised to the power b. Q equals 10 raised to the power b. And if log s base 10 is equal to c, that simply means s equals 10 raised to the power c. S equals 10 raised to the power c. Now, we can write this. How do we now write this? How do we write this? Let me just bring this down. That simply means log p raised to the power 1 over 3 is going to be equal to, log p raised to the power 1 over 3 times q raised to the power 4 over s squared to base 10 will be equal to log, what's that? P is 10 raised to the power a. That simply means 10 raised to the power a raised to the power 1 over 3 times q raised to the power 4. Q is 10 raised to the power b. That will be 10 raised to the power b raised to the power 4. I need to write my b well, the b well, 10 raised to the power b raised to the power 4 all over s squared, which is, what is s? S is 10 raised to the power c. That's the square of 10 raised to the power c. And we close the bracket here to base 10. And that simply means log. That simply means log. That simply means log 10 raised to the power a over 3. 10 raised to the power a over 3 times 10 raised to the power 4b. 10 raised to the power 4b all over 10 raised to the power 2c base 10. And now what do we have? Oh no, sorry. What do we have? Now we are now. Okay, what do we have? 10 raised to the power a over 3 times 10 raised to the power 4b is the same as, this becomes log 10 raised to the power 10 raised to the power a over 3 plus 4b divided by 10 raised to the power 2c means minus 2c, using the laws of indices, to base 10. And what does this mean? Let me write it this way. I think it's clearer when it's written this way. This simply means log 10 raised to the power a over 3 plus 4b minus 2c base 10. And if you remember, log p raised to the power n base b is the same as n log p base b. So that's the law I'm applying here. That simply means log 10 raised to the power a over 3 plus 4b minus 2c to base 10 is the same as a over 3 plus 4b minus 2c times log 10 base 10. And that's equal to, we know that log a base a is 1, so that means log 10 base 10 is 1. And that's equal to a over 3 plus 4b minus 2c. And that's it, very, very simply. That simply means this, written in terms of a, b, and c, is equal to, if you write this in terms of a, b, and c, it will be equal to a over 3 plus 4b minus 2c plus 4b minus 2c. And that's it, very, very simple. Given that log x base 3 minus 3 log 3 base x plus 2 equals 0. Find the values of x. Find the values of x. Oh, okay, sorry. That first question is also from year 2018. This one too is from year 2018. So I'll check the second one later to be sure that there's no error in the question. Now this is, I can write this as, this is the same as saying, what's that? This is the same as saying log x base 3 can be written as log x base x over log 3 base x. Now minus 3 log 3 base x plus 2 equals 0. And that simply means log x base x is 1. That's 1 all over log 3 base x minus 3 log 3 base x plus 2 equals 0. And now, if I make a, let a be equal to log 3 base x. This is just to make the equation simpler. That simply means 1 all over log 3 base x will be 1 all over a minus 3 log 3 base x will be 3a minus 3a plus 2 equals 0. And that simply means if I multiply through by a to clear the fractions, I'm going to have 1 minus 3a squared plus 2a equals 0. And that simply means, okay, let's move the whole of the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Minus 3a squared will become 3a squared, plus 2a will become minus 2a, and plus 1 will become minus 1 equals 0. Now we can solve this quadratic equation by the factorization method. That simply means 3a squared, that minus 3a squared. What do we add to get minus 2a and multiply to get minus 3a squared? Okay, minus 2a, 3a squared minus 2a minus 1. What do we multiply to get minus 3a squared and add to get okay, that's plus a minus 3a. You take your time to be sure that those factors are correct. A minus 3a is minus 2a, and a times minus 3a is the same as minus 3a squared. So that simply means it's a that's common here, a into brackets 3a plus 1 minus 1 into brackets 3a plus 1 equals 0. And that simply means a minus 1 times 3a plus 1 equals 0, which simply means a minus 1 equals 0, or 3a plus 1 equals 0. And that simply means a equals 1, or a equals minus 1 all over 3. But don't forget that a is not what we are supposed to find. A is equal to log x base 3. So that simply means log x base 3. Sorry, a is equal to log 3 base x. A equals log 3 base x. So that simply means log 3 base x equals 1, or log 3 base x equals minus 1 all over 3. And what does that mean? That simply means 3 equals x raised to power 1, or 3 equals x raised to power minus 1 all over 3. Yes, and that's the same as, that therefore means x equals 3, or here, what do we do here? What's it called? This will mean if you raise both sides to a power that is the inverse of the 2. That's what I want to do. 3 equals x raised to power minus 1 over 3. I'm raising both sides to a power that is the inverse of this minus 1 over 3. So I'm raising it to power 3 over minus 1. So raise this 2 to power 3 over minus 1. So 3 cancels 3, minus 1 cancels minus 1. And that simply means x equals 3 raised to power 3 over minus 1 is simply the same as 3 raised to power minus 3, which is 1 over 3 raised to power 3, and that's 1 over 27. So that's what it is, very, very simply. That means x equals 1 all over 27. All right, and that's it, very, very simply. Let's see what's the next one that answers that. What's the next question? The equation 2 raised to power 3y plus 2 minus 7 into bracket 2 raised to power 2y plus 2 minus 31 times 2 raised to power y minus 8 equals 0. Let me write this, show this bracket clearly. Now, what do we do here? This is the same as saying, I can write this as 2 raised to power 3y times 2 raised to power 2 minus 7 into bracket 2 raised to power 2y times 2 raised to power 2 minus 31 times 2 raised to power y minus 8 equals 0. And that's the same as, of course, 2 raised to power y raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 2 is 4 minus 7 into bracket. Let me just say 7 times 2 raised to power y. 7 times 2 raised to power y raised to power 2 times 2 raised to power 2, which is 4, minus 31 times 2 raised to power y minus 8 equals 0. And that means let a be equal to 2 raised to power y. That simply means a raised to power 3 times 4, which is 4a cubed, minus 7 times a raised to power 2, this is a raised to power 2, times 4, which is 28 a raised to power 2 minus 31a minus 8 equals 0. Now what do we do? This is a cubic equation. How do we solve this? We can solve this by finding, first of all, one of the factors of 4a raised to power 3 minus 28a squared minus 31a minus 8. And when we just keep, what we do is we just keep checking for the value of a that will make this 0. and that's 8. If you put a equals 8, you are going to get 0. Let's check that on a calculator here. 4 times 8 raised to power 3. 4 times 8 raised to power 3 minus 28 times 8 raised to power 2. No, that's not it. Minus 28 times 8 raised to power 2 and minus 31 times 8 and then minus 8. Let's see if that will give us 0. Yeah, that's equal to 0. That means 8 is a 0 of the polynomial 4a raised to power 3 minus 28a squared minus 31a minus 8, which simply means that a minus 8 is a factor of this polynomial. A minus 8 is a factor of a polynomial, and that simply means we can get the other factors by simply dividing the polynomial by a minus 8. We want to get the other factors by dividing the polynomial by a minus 8. And how do we do that? How do we do that? We want to divide 4a raised to power 3 minus 28a raised to power 2 minus 31a minus 8. I want to find the other two factors because it's a cubic polynomial. It's a polynomial of degree 3, so it's going to have 3 factors. We already know one, which is a minus 8. So of course, if 8 is a 0, we put 8 in the polynomial to get 0. So that means 8 is a 0 of a polynomial. That's the same as saying a equals 8, and that simply means a minus 8 is a factor of the polynomial. So we can divide the polynomial by that factor a minus 8 to get the other factors, the remaining 2 factors. So let's go. 4a cubed divided by a is 4a squared. Now we multiply the whole of this by 4a squared, and that gives us 4a cubed minus 32a squared. Now what's next? We subtract. How do we subtract? Yes, 4a cubed minus 4a cubed is 0. Minus 28a squared minus 32a squared. That's the same as minus 28a squared plus 32a squared, which is equal to 4a squared. Now bring out the next term, which is minus 31a rather, and then we go again. We divide again. 4a squared divided by a, that's going to be plus 4a. And what does that mean? We multiply the whole of this now by 4a. When we do that, what do we have? We have 4a squared minus 8 times 4a, that's minus 32a. Now we can subtract again. We subtract again. And what do we have when we do that? 4a squared minus 4a squared is 0. Minus 31a minus 32a. That's the same as minus 31a plus 32a, which is equal to a. Now we bring down, what do we do next? We bring down the next term, which is minus 8. We bring down the next term, which is minus 8. And then we go again. A divided by a is plus 1, and then we multiply again the whole of this. We now multiply the whole of this by 1, and that gives us a minus 8 times 1 is minus 8. Of course, since we have said that a minus 8 is a factor of the polynomial, then when we divide the polynomial by a minus 8, we should get a remainder 0. Otherwise, something is wrong. So now we subtract to get a minus a. When we subtract a minus 8 from a minus 8, we get 0. So that means the remaining, that means 4a squared plus this, 4a squared plus 4a plus 1 is also a factor of the polynomial 4a cubed minus 28a squared minus 31a minus 8. So that means the polynomial, that therefore means let me check the original equation. That therefore means 4a cubed, let me even bring that down. 4a cubed, let's do that. Then bring that down. That is it. That means this, this equation, the left hand side of the equation is the same as a minus 8 into bracket 4a squared plus 4a plus 1, 4a squared plus 4a plus 1 equals 0. Now I can factorize this one alone. I can split that into two factors. Let's see. 4a squared plus 4a plus 1 is the same as that 4a squared plus 2a plus 2a plus 1, and that's equal to 2a into bracket 2a plus 1 plus 1 into bracket 2a plus 1, and that's the same as 2a plus 1 times, maybe I can make that better, 2a plus 1 times 2a plus 1. Now if we come back here, then we have a minus 8 times 2a plus 1 times 2a plus 1 equals 0. Now, those are the factors of the polynomial, and that simply means a minus 8 equals 0, or 2a plus 1 equals 0, or 2a plus 1 equals 0, which means a equals 8 or a equals minus 1 over 2. Of course, you are going to get a equals minus 1 over 2 here and a equals minus 1 over 2 here. So that means a equals minus 1 over 2 twice. So I can just say, therefore, a equals minus 8 or a equals minus 1 over 2 twice, or a equals minus 1. How do I write that? A equals minus 8 or a equals minus 8. Let me put it under 8. A equals minus 8 or a equals minus 1 over 2 twice. Minus 1 over 2 twice. And that's it, very, very simply. That was a slightly tricky one, but if you can solve, if you know how to solve a cubic equation or a polynomial of degree 3, you will not find that difficult. From your understanding of polynomials, this shouldn't be difficult. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye, and take care. The next question is from year 2019. Okay, let's go to it. What's the question? 625. Simplify 625 raised to power 3x over 4 minus 1 plus 125 raised to power x minus 1 all over 5 raised to power 3x minus 2. I need to write this 5 well. 5 raised to power 3x minus 2. Now, first of all, let's write 625 and 125 as powers of 5. So that will be equal to 5 raised to power 4 into bracket 3x over 4 minus 1 plus 5 raised to power 3 into bracket x minus 1 all over, the denominator is already a power of 5, 5 raised to power 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2, and that's equal to, if you open the brackets here, 4 times 3x over 4 will be 3x, that's 5 raised to power 3x, 5 raised to power 3x minus 4 times 1, that's 4, 5 raised to power 3x minus 4 plus 5 raised to power 3x minus 3 all over 5 raised to power 3x minus 2. Now, we know that a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y is the same as a raised to power x minus y. That means we can write a raised to power x minus y as a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y. So that's what we are doing now. That simply means we can write 5 raised to power 3x minus 4 as 5 raised to power 3x over 5 raised to power 4 plus 5 raised to the power 3x minus 3 is the same as 5 raised to the power 3x all over 5 raised to the power 3 all over 5 raised to the power 5 raised to the power 3. And that simply means, yeah, the denominator remains 5 raised to the power, the denominator is 5 raised to the power 3x minus 2, which is the same as 5 raised to the power 3x all over 5 raised to the power 2. Now, what do we do? Okay, so that simply means that's equal to the LCM of 5 raised to the power 4 and 5 raised to the power 3 is 5 raised to the power 4. So you can write that as 5 raised to the power 4. Now, 5 raised to the power 4 divided by 5 raised to the power 4 is 5 raised to the power is 1. 5 raised to the power 4. Now, 5 raised to the power 4 divided by this 5 raised to the power 4 is 1 times 5 raised to the power 3x. That will be 5 raised to the power 3x plus, this is, let me write the 3 properly, 5 raised to the power 3x plus, now to the next one, 5 raised to the power 3, 5 raised to the power 4 divided by 5 raised to the power 3. That's 5 raised to the power 1 times 5 raised to the power 3x. That will be plus 5 times 5 raised to the power 3x. Now let me make this line longer. Okay, let me make it draw a better line. Yes, so that's it. Let me write that well. This is 5 raised to the power 4. We have simply added the fractions at the numerator. 5 raised to the power 3x over 5 raised to the power 4 plus 5 raised to the power 3x over 5 raised to the power 3 is the same as 5 raised to the power 3x plus 5 times 5 raised to the power 3x over 5 raised to the power 4 divided by the denominator, which remains 5 raised to the power 3x all over 5 raised to the power 2. 5 raised to the power 3x all over 5 raised to the power 2. Now what happens here? 5 raised to the power 3x plus 5 times 5 raised to the power 3x is the same as 6 times 5 raised to the power 3x. That's just like saying 5 raised to the power 3x plus 5 raised to the power 3x in 5 places. That will be 5 raised to the power 3x in 6 places. So that simply means 6. That simply means 6 times 5 raised to the power 3x. 6 times 5 raised to the power 3x all over 5 raised to the power 4 divided by 5 raised to the power 3x over 5 raised to the power 2 will be times 5 raised to the power 2 all over 5 raised to the power 3x. And what does that mean? That simply means 5 raised to the power 3x cancels 5 raised to the power 3x, and we are left with 6 times 5 raised to the power 2. Yeah, okay, 5 raised to the power 2 here will cancel 5 raised to the power 2 here. So we are left with 6 over 5 raised to the power 2. And that's the same as 6 all over 25. That's the same as, let me check that and be sure I didn't make any mistake. Yeah, that's correct. That's the same as 6 all over 5 raised to the power 2, which is the same as 6 over 25. And that's it, very, very simply. That looked slightly tricky, but it's a piece of cake. So, or it was a piece of cake. Now we go straight to the next, and that was from year 2019. Now let's go to the next one very, very quickly. This one is from year 2000, and that's the last one actually, year 2020. There are 2 questions on indices and logarithms from 2020. Solve the equation 3 times 2 raised to the power x plus 3 raised to the power y minus 2 equals 25. They are actually simultaneous equations. We are supposed to solve them simultaneously. And the second equation is 2 raised to the power x minus 3 raised to the power y plus 1 equals minus 19. Now the first equation, we can write the first equation, as 3 times 2 raised to the power x plus 3 raised to the power y divided by 3 raised to the power 2 equals 25. We know that a raised to the power x divided by a raised to the power y is the same as a raised to the power x minus y. That means we can write this one this way. So that's the law of indices that applies here. No, that's the law of indices that applies here, which makes the equation the same as this. Now, so where do we go next? This is the same as 3 times 2 raised to the power x plus 3 raised to the power y over 9 equals 25. What do I do? Let A be equal to 2 raised to power x and B be equal to 3 raised to power y. That simply means 3a plus b over 9 equals 25. So that's one equation. Let's call that equation 1. Now let's go to the second equation. The second equation that was given, which is this. That's the second of the two simultaneous equations. Let me put that here. That's 2 raised to power x, 2 raised to power x minus 3 raised to power y plus 1 equals minus 19. That's the same as 2 raised to power x minus 3 raised to power y times 3 raised to power 1. Of course, 3 raised to power y plus 1 is the same as 3 raised to power y times 3 raised to power 1. I can even just write it this way. Equals minus 19. And that's the same as 2 raised to power x minus 3 into brackets 3 raised to power y equals minus 19. I know that 2 raised to power x is a, that means a minus, and 3 raised to power y is b. That simply means a minus 3b equals minus 19. Let that be our second equation. Now we want to solve the two equations simultaneously. The first one is 3a plus b over 9 equals 25. Let me write that 3a plus b all over 9 equals 25. We're solving that simultaneously with this equation, which is a minus 3b equals minus 19. A minus 3b equals minus 19. Now what do? I can multiply the second equation by 3 and the first one by 1. So what do we have? The first one remains what it is, 3a plus b over 9 equals 25. And if I multiply the second equation by 3, I'm going to get 3a, I'm going to have 3a minus 9b equals minus 57. So what does that mean? That means I can eliminate a by subtraction. What do I have when I do that? 3a minus 3a equals 0. What is b over 9 minus 9? Minus times minus is plus. That simply means b over 9 plus 9b. What's that? That's the same as 1 over 9b plus 9b. And that's the same as 1 over 9b plus 9b. That's the same as 9 whole number 1 over 9b, which is the same as 82 over 9. I hope that's correct. 82 over 9, 82b over 9. In case you don't get that, b all over 9 plus 9. Yes, that's find LCM plus 9b. Find LCM, that's 9. That's b plus 81b equals, which is equal to 82b over 9. That's just to make sure that you're not getting confused. That's it, very, very simply. Now 82b over 9 is now equal to 25 minus times minus is plus. So that's 25 plus 25 minus 57 is the same as 25 plus 57, which is 25 plus 57, and that's 82. That's equal to 82. And what do we have? What does that give us? That simply means 82b over 9, 82b over 9 equals 82. If we cross multiply, that simply means 82b, I'll also write 82b here, 82b equals 9 times 82. And we divide both sides by 82 to get b. Divide both sides by 82 to get b. That simply means b equals 9. That's it, b equals 9. 82 cancels 82, 82 cancels 82 here, and b equals 9. If b is equal to 9, we can put that in equation 2. That simply means the equation which says a minus 3b equals minus 19 is the same as a minus 3 times 9 equals minus 19, which means a minus 27 equals minus 19, and that means a equals minus 19 plus 27, which means a equals 8, and that therefore means, oh, don't forget that a and b are not what we are supposed to find. We are supposed to find x and y, but we know that a is equal to 2 raised to power x, and b is equal to 3 raised to power y. So that simply means 2 raised to power x equals 8, which means 2 raised to power, which is the same as 2 raised to power x equals 2 raised to power 3, and that therefore means x equals 3. And b is 3 raised to power y. We have found b to be 9, so that means 3 raised to power y equals 9, which is the same as 3 raised to power y equals 3 raised to power 2, which therefore means y equals 2. So therefore, x equals 3 and y equals 2. And that's it. Very, very simply. That looked a bit tricky, but it wasn't really difficult. It was a piece of cake still. Now to the last one from the same year, 2020. Simplify log 8 base 2 plus log 16 base 2 minus 4 log 2 base 2 all over log 16 base 4. All over log 16 base 4. Okay, that's the same as log, I can write this as log 2 raised to power 3 base 2 plus log 2 raised to power 4 base 2 minus log 2 base 2 is 1, so 4 times 1 is 4 minus 4 all over log 16 base 4 is the same as log 4 raised to power 2 base 4. And now the next step will be 3 log 2 base 2, 3 log 2 base 2 plus 4 log 2 base 2 minus 4 all over 2 log 4 base 4. 2 log 4 base 4, and that's the same as log 2 base 2 is 1 times 3, that's 3, plus log 2 base 2, log 2 base 2 is 1 times 4, that's 4, plus 4 minus 4 all over log 4 base 4 is 1 times 2, that's 2, and that's equal to 3 plus 4 is 7, minus 4 is 3, and that's 3 all over 2. And that's the answer. Very, very simple. Alright, so that's it. Very, very simple. Some of them look a bit tricky, but if you know all of the rules, I'm sure you will always get the answers. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next. Bye-bye.